Martha LaFleur, and I'm a retired educator, and I do volunteer advocacy work for ARP New Hampshire. And I want to thank you for taking a stand on Social Security. We all know it's an important issue. Now, I know as a governor you had to work very hard to get your initiatives through the State House. Once you're in the White House, how will you get your plan through Congress? And finally, if you make a priority list, where would Social Security be becoming solvent for the future? Where would you put that if you're president?
First of all, you know, the reason why I'm close to AARP in Ohio is for this reason. Our Medicaid program, which serves the poor, the elderly, went from a growth rate of 10% in my second budget to 2.5%, and not one person was taken off the rolls and not one benefit was cut. Did you hear what I just said? It's like unbelievable, okay? Not because I was so good, but I got a good team. But let me tell you one of the biggest things we did. The nursing home industry, which is a good industry, but they got too much of what they wanted in the legislature. There were some of the highest reimbursements, and they basically said if you were elderly, you were going to end up in a nursing home and not be able to stay in your own home. And they knew I was going to change that. So they spent money to defeat me, and then when I won, they spent money to derail my program. And to make a long story short, Ohio has dramatically changed the mix because I beat the nursing home industry. And now if you're a senior citizen and you want to stay in your home, or you and your husband want to stay in your home and you're able, you can stay in your own home and get the help that you need to be able to stay there rather than being put in a nursing home, okay? And it's been a dramatic change in the state of Ohio, and it's really, really cool. Social Security has to be right at the top of the list for this reason. If we don't fix Social Security, in the year starting around 2030, Social Security benefits will have to be cut by a third. That's not acceptable because there's a lot of people that can't have that happen. So what are we going to have to do? Well, what you're really going to have to do is the wealthier seniors, and I don't want to throw a number, I throw a number out, I'm not sure this number sticks, but $100,000 in retirement income, you will get less than Social Security, so all the other seniors down the line will get their full benefit. And that's what we're going to have to do. And that is a very hard thing to do, to get done, but we can get it done because we're not going to shaft the seniors in this country. So I do have to work through a legislature and get this done, but I also had to work through Bill Clinton, who was the President of the United States, when I fought to balance the budget. So you have to get people to understand what the problem is. You got to be open to some of their suggestions, and then you get it done. And that's exactly. So Social Security has to be at the top of the list because we can't wait. This has to be put into play because the demographics of the number of people retiring is beginning to outnumber the people who are working, and the numbers don't work, so we have to fix it. Way in the back. Yes, ma'am.